Desiree Davis's North Philly rental property was in between tenants.
I wanted to get it back up and running to rent it out.
But she never got the chance. Someone stole it first.
Someone had actually signed the deed, forged my name, and basically they were the new owners of the property.
And the person didn't just steal it, they sold it. The deed shows the property sold to Timeless Investment LLC for $6,500. Timeless's owner told Davis the company was duped by the same fraudster into buying the property. The document was notarized using a licensed notary's name.
The notary stamp was forged. Her signature was also forged.
The owner of Timeless Investment filed the deed with the city. The Philadelphia Records Department thought it was real.
Right now, do you verify that signatures are legitimate?
No, and that's really not something we would be capable of doing.
Philadelphia's Records Commissioner Jim Leonard said his office sorts and files an average of 150,000 documents a year. He said that's too many to check.
Even if they could see the real notary signature and the purported notary signature, they don't have the abilities to essentially be a handwriting expert to tell whether a signature is actually true or not.
According to the mayor's office, at least 111 Philadelphians have reported deed fraud so far in 2019. In 2018, there were 136 allegations.
I am completely convinced that this is so underreported that it's really ugly.
Retired FBI agent Art Fitzmyer warns people about deed theft. He says technology makes it easy to forge signatures and impersonate a notary.
But notary stamps, it's a game, and anybody can play it.
Real notaries know their credibility is under attack.
You could trust a notary. You can't trust somebody who's impersonating being a notary.
But how would you know?
You probably don't.
As president of the state association, Mark Aronson represents 41,000 Pennsylvania notaries.
It's easy for anybody to make a rubber stamp. It's easy for anybody to buy a rubber stamp.
Maybe too easy.
Personalized.
It's not illegal to buy or sell a notary stamp.
NBC10 investigators.
It took us 5 minutes and cost $26 to buy one online.
Took a week to get here. It's just like we ordered it. NBC10 investigators, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania notary seal.
With it, we can pass for a real notary, as long as no one checks to see if we're licensed. Then we scheduled an interview with State Senator Lawrence Fernese. But before we met him, we looked up his home address, filled out some paperwork, and put our new stamp to work.
It certainly has my address here where I live. There's my name, there's my signature, which is much, I will say, is much, much better than the way I sign my name.
We showed the senator how easy it can be to fill out a fake deed. He said we had everything we needed to steal his property.
I think there has to be something done at the notary level as well, too, to ensure that that there's verification and credibility on the folks that are getting that the stamps are credible.
Regulating notaries falls to the Pennsylvania Department of State.
We wanted to speak with the Department of State about how they regulate notaries, about how they cut down on fraudulent deeds in Pennsylvania, but no one would agree to an interview.
In an email, a spokesperson told us the department is a complaint-driven agency, and it investigates any potential violation it becomes aware of. The department has 2 attorneys on the Fraudulent Conveyances Task Force, set up in Philadelphia to combat deed fraud. Judy Berkman chairs the task force.
The Department of State wouldn't talk to us. They wouldn't schedule an interview.
Really? Okay. Well, we haven't talked to them either. I mean, they're part of our task force, but they haven't come in person.
After we asked for clarification on its task force participation, a Department of State spokesperson emailed saying their attendance at those meetings was prevented by significant conflicts, such as court hearings and mandatory continuing legal education. The spokesperson went on to say the task force doesn't offer a conference call option, but the department's representatives are in contact with other task force members for updates and provide input.
Deed fraud.
Berkman said the group is looking at notaries and better ways to identify the fakes, but isn't ready to release recommendations.
I need to get the house back.
Those recommendations will come too late for Desiree Davis. Last March, her North Philly rental property was stolen and then sold. But we were able to give her some good news. We tracked down the buyer, who through an attorney said she's a victim too, being out the cost of the home and repairs that her company made to it. Her lawyer told us Davis will be getting back her property soon once a new deed can be signed and delivered.
I just want my house back.
For the investigators, I'm Mitch Blocker, NBC 10 News.